welcome back to the channel. I'm again attempting to tame the beast that is the KA-50 Black Shark. Haven't played with it for a while. Ah, look at the detail of that train down there. It's pretty cool. So I'm just tinkering around Las Vegas free flight here. Seeing how long I can get away with flying without A, wrecking into something, or B, tearing the rotor blades apart like I normally do by overspeed. This thing's really squirrely. It just seems to get out of control rather quickly too. Just does not want to turn well. You can definitely see all the sights a little bit better in this map with a helicopter for sure. I'm still trying to understand this whole trimming thing with the KA-50. Wow, that's pretty cool. Seems like this thing does not like aggressive movements. Has a very hard time with it. Okay, here I go again, getting over 200, which I don't want to do. Now I'm holding the trim while I'm attempting to pilot it in the direction I want to go, and then letting go of it, letting go of the controls and letting it stabilize, which is what I've read. So that seems to do okay. But what I'm having a hard time with is see how much I'm picking up speed. It's like 270, 280 seems to be about that speed where this thing starts singing, and then I end up, you know, snapping the blades off, which is not a good thing. Supposedly, the KA-50 is supposed to be getting a graphical cockpit upgrade as well pretty soon, just like the AV-8B Harrier just recently got with the latest update. Hey, look at that, I was able to tame the speed a little bit in this thing. That's kind of pretty cool. I'm noticing that it almost can fly itself if you can trim it enough and point it in a direction. Because right now, my hands are not on the controls. And it's literally going, what, 213 knots, I believe that is. And then I'm still gaining altitude, though. Let me tap my collective down a little bit. Yeah, I'm still gaining altitude. So now I'm picking up a little bit of speed and dropping some altitude. So I can't seem to get that balance just right. It's almost like it's very hard to fly on its own, or I'm sorry, manually fly. You know, it seems to fly better on its own than it does to manually fly it. Now I've heard that these guys over here are other versions of autopilot. One is like hover hold, I don't know what the other two are, I forget. And since everything is in Russian, it's a little hard to figure out. But I'm going to press a button and see what the hell happens. Oh yeah, there we go. Something's going on. Got it sliding in a direction. Not sure why. I'm going to hit my trim. Bubble it off. See what happens. Wants to go back in the other direction. Alright, maybe that button's a bad idea. Let's see what this one does. I'm going a little too fast again. I'm going to pitch my nose up and try to bleed some of the speed off. Spin this guy around. I'm just doing the ever so slight stick to the left a little bit and using my rudder pedals to go to the left. And I'm completely out of whack again, so I'm going to hold the trim button, kind of point it in the direction that I want to go. Oh, here we go with the speed again. And then let go. It's not where I want. I want to be level. Come on. Why is this so hard? Okay, here I go again. Crazy speed. I'm going to break something, because I usually do. Trim. Let go. I'm kind of freaking sideways. Really, man? There we go. I'm going to drop my collective a little. Let's see, I'm going to pick up speed as I drop. So let me nose up a little bit. Try that. Now let me drop my collective. It's definitely a balancing act with this thing. But I've made it almost to the 8-minute mark and I haven't crashed or snapped blades off yet, so I will count that as a minor victory for the moment. I also think the videos are sounding a little better now because I was using a microphone that was built into a headset on a cheaper Logitech set of headset. Let me hit my collective again. There we go. And I took that back and literally bought a $10 standard headset microphone from Walmart, and I'm actually getting better results now. The other one, it just cut in and cut out on me, and it was really strange. So here we go. There's got to be a way to like lock in my altitude better. So kill this button. See if everything goes haywire. Drop them a little. They're staying the same. What does this one do? Oh yeah. Dropping much faster. I know there's a hover button too. And again, my thing is, I have all these modules and I jump all over the damn place. And I think the only one that I actually have retained knowledge with is the Harrier at this point, because that's the one I seem to be using the most. I'm also looking forward to the F-16. They just announced the other day that they're coming out with the F-16 module. Pre-orders will be the 22nd of May for a fall early access release, which is exciting. I'm hoping by the summer sale or the autumn sale that the F-14 actually goes on sale. I'd like to get my hands on that. But also, the F-16, if you pre-order it, will be 20% off. So that's quite reasonable, because I have a funny feeling it's going to be another $79.99 one, and man, I can't see paying that for any. I've never paid that for any game in my life, you know. I think $60 is a fair price for any, you know, gaming software product, because that's kind of the price of what things have been forever. I mean, you know, back to the Atari 2600 days. I think some of those were a little bit cheaper, but I think, you know, 50 bucks is, you know, 35 to 50 bucks is what some of those were. But like, as long as I could remember from the Nintendo days till now, games have been like $59.99, you know. And again, I think that's a reasonable cost. 80 bucks? Man, that's a chunk of change. I mean, I'm not a doctor or a lawyer by trade, you know. I don't have that kind of expendable cash. However, I'm not going to say that, you know, all their products aren't worth what they want to ask for them. I'm just not the guy to shell out 80 bucks for one of these things. I think 50 to 60 is a reasonable cost, and man, I got the Harrier for $35. I feel like I, you know, won the lottery with that. That was an excellent deal. And this, the KA-50, was only $25 on sale, which I thought was great. Let's see if I could do something radical now, because I've pretty much let this thing fly itself. I'm just going to make some minute adjustments here with my pedals. We'll see if I can just gradually turn with these guys without affecting my speed too much. And look at that, it seems like I am. It's really interesting. My altitude's bouncing all over. My speed, it's going up a little bit, but, you know, not a ton. I'm going to let go. See, and it's going to pull me back in the direction. So I'm going to hold that trim for a second. Put it where I want it. Let go. Let go of the controls. Yeah, it's still doing weird stuff. Uh-oh, here we go. This is what it does. And I usually end up shitting the bed at this point. Damn it. Yeah. Super spike of speed like that. That's how I end up snapping blades every time. I get a little ballsy. I get comfortable with it. Really tricky, man. I'm just having a hell of a time with this. Get my feet off the rudder pedals. I'm going to hold this trim. I'm going to let go of the trim. Let go of the stick. Let it stabilize. And here's where we're at. Still picking up a lot of altitude. And don't ever hit the reset trim button, because it does some stupid shit like this. Like, I don't understand that, or even why it does that. If you ever hit reset trim, you're in trouble. Hey, look at that, I pulled a fucking loop. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Wow. Don't ask me how I did not die from that. That was pretty cool. Uh-oh. I spoke too soon. Uh-oh, uh-oh. 270. There we go. 268. I really need to do that speed somehow. Drop my collector a little bit here. My nose up a little bit. Man. See, this thing's a beast, man. I see guys on the forums all the time and on the groups I'm in say, oh yeah, the KA-50, it's so easy to fly. I'm thinking, geez, man, what are you flying? I've been flying flight sims for 3 decades, man. And granted, I took a little bit of a break and I'm a little rusty and, you know, I'm older now, so my ability to retain knowledge is a little challenged, but holy crap, man. This thing's just a savage. Looks good though. I made it 15 minutes without breaking the rotors off this time, which is an all-new record for me. I usually make it about, I think the longest I've made it was 13 in one of the last videos that I did. Although I am speaking too soon, because I'm picking up speed while I'm talking again here. I'm just amazed how this thing operates. It's almost like a mystery, you know? You definitely can't fly this thing like a jet fighter, that's for sure. I mean, again, my hands are not on the controls right now. It does a beautiful job of flying itself for the most part. It's just when I want to take over and do things, and my muscle memory wants to sling this thing around like a jet fighter, that's when I get in trouble. I think as soon as I can teach myself to treat this differently, I'll probably do better with it, but that is the challenge. Try to pitch my nose up a little, need some of the speed off again. Hold my collective, pitch my nose up, and hold the trim. Trying to tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, so if it makes sense to somebody, or if I'm doing something wrong, somebody tell me. Let go of the trim, leaving my collective where it is. Yeah, that's not good, I'm just dropping like a rock. Track IR is a little out of whack too, let me reset, there we go. Sometimes I start out sitting in one position, and then I end up either slouched into the chair or higher into the chair. Now I have a reasonable speed. Let's see if I can make a turn again. Now I'm just using the left rudder pedal to try to make a turn, and I'm going to hold the trim at this point and turn with it. And once I have the heading that I want, let go of the rudder pedal, and I'm going to let go of the trim now. It's like, from what I read, when you let go of that trim button, it trims it to right where you let go of it at. There we go. Alrighty, well, I don't want to bore you with a super long video here. I'm at about 18 minutes, which is probably about the longest video I've done yet. But I hope you enjoy the scenery of Las Vegas here, and my learning experience with the KA50. I hope it's helpful to somebody else. And if anybody has any suggestions to help me fly this thing better, that would be awesome. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time.